Perfect. Well, yeah, we're just going to talk to you about Move Charity. So my name's Georgie and I'm the 5K Away operational manager here at Move. And Sophie.
I'm the admin and fundraising coordinator here at Move too. And I also have personal experience of actually, sort of like using the charities for support when I had leukemia myself.
Bro, so we're just going to tell you a little bit about Move. Hopefully it's going to, can you see the next one, Sophie?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So Move Charity was founded in 2016 by an amazing person called Gemma Hillier-Moses. She's an amazing runner, and when she was diagnosed with cancer when she was 23, was she 23, 24?
24.
24. She found that it was really difficult to get the right advice and support on, because as she was such a sort of like profound runner and things, she found it was really difficult to get support on how she should move, whether it was safe to move. So that is why she set up Move Charity. Gemma's now fully recovered, and she's back running again. And all she wants is that other people learn about why movement matters, and her aim is to support and inspire people to move against cancer.
Bro, and that photo on the right is Gemma's on the right and then Lucy is on the left, and I'll tell you a little bit in a minute about 5K Away. But so Gemma set up Move Charity and then Lucy came along and set up together with Gemma set up the 5K Away initiative. So this will tell you our three main areas of work. So Sophie's going to go on and tell you about the first one, which is our virtual online program, which our cancer rehab instructors deliver online. Our second area of work is what I've just mentioned, our 5K Away Move Against Cancer initiative, which I'll tell you a little bit about in a minute. And then thirdly, our next area is our Move Against Cancer resources and our new Move Against Cancer podcast. So these all kind of came into fruition during COVID because we couldn't have our 5K Away groups meet up in person. So we had a little bit more time to start our resource area, which is now grown and expanded. Hopefully I'll take you to the next one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So as I mentioned before, I actually got support from Move when I had leukemia, and it was the 8-week online program that I took part in. So this program is delivered completely virtually by level 4 cancer rehab specialists, and it is for 13 to 30-year-olds who have got a cancer diagnosis, they're getting treated for cancer, or they're living beyond cancer, so they're now recovered again. The program is available to all, regardless of whether they've been active or inactive before they were diagnosed with cancer. We get a lot of young people who have never exercised or moved before, and they do the program, and that really gives them that encouragement that they need. The program, it is split down into 8 weeks, but within those 8 weeks, the young people can sort of lead on it and sort of say what they want to do. So we have young people who want a gym specific program, so their cancer rehab instructor can set them things that they can do in the gym. We also have young people who maybe want to do more home-based workouts, so strength, cardio. We can send them out resistance bands, things like that. And then we have young people who maybe just want to do some yoga, meditation, things like that. They all also have the opportunity to do an online workout with their cancer rehab instructor. So we do that over Zoom. So that's quite valuable for people who maybe are lacking a little bit of confidence and don't really know how to do things on their own. It is changeable as well. So week by week, if there's things the young people like, then they can do more of that. And then if there's things that they don't really like during the catch-up call with their cancer rehab instructor, they can say, oh, I didn't really like that, let's sort of try something else. So the program is sort of chopped and changed depending on what that young person feels is right for them. That's kind of like in a nutshell the 8-week online support program. The young person can be at any part of their treatment as well. So I actually used it more of like a prehab thing, whereas we have young people who are actually on treatment. So the program can just it can just be changed depending on what suits that young person and how it works around their routine. We can work it around hospital appointments, those who've recovered. It can be sort of like worked around their work schedule, school, college, university, whatever, wherever they are in their life, we can work around that. Yeah.
Bro.
We also have a support group. So this was something that I sort of like had a bit of contribution towards. So to join all those people who are on the program, those thinking about doing the program, or those who have completed it, we have a Move as One support group, and this is a closed Facebook group. And it's run by 3 admins. So I'm one of them, and then there's 2 other young people who've been supported by Move. And it's just for people to get a little bit more encouragement and support from peers. It's nice that, you know, they can share their wins, share anything that they think like is playing on their mind. They can get advice from each other. So it is just nice to have that peer support element as well as an extension of the program that we do. And Liam, who's one of the founders of the group, he's amazing. He's, you know, put a lot of hard work into sort of developing this group. He says, I went through 6 months of chemotherapy, but didn't have community or support when I was going through my treatment. And when I finally did, it was inspirational. So we find this a lot, that there is, particularly since COVID, there's sort of like that lack of peer support. So it's just nice that we can do that online in a closed, safe Facebook group, which is moderated. And it just gives them young people that extra bit of support on top of the program. So yeah, Georgie will then tell you about 5K Your Way.
Perfect. Thanks, Sophie. So like Sophie said, the Move Online program is for people aged 13 to 30. So 5K Away kind of was born in 2018 because Lucy Gossage, an oncologist, was signposting people towards the Move Online program, but didn't have anywhere to signpost people, obviously, that are over 30. So she came together with Gemma and they launched the 5K Away Move Against Cancer initiative. So this is a support group with a difference provided by Move Charity. It's an initiative, one of our areas of work that I look after. And I got involved myself because I had a family member pass away with cancer. So we're kind of all on board for different reasons. Obviously, Gemma had experience herself, as well as Sophie, with cancer, and Lucy is an oncologist, and some of our other members of our team have been through the online program. A lot of them are ambassadors and volunteers that have been through cancer themselves as well, or have family members that are ambassadors for our 5K Away group. So we're all a bit of a kind of team that come together for different reasons. But yeah, our 5K Away groups are linked to Parkrun and are on the last Saturday of the month at designated Parkrun groups. So we have at the moment now got 72 5K Away groups across the country, and we've got them in England, Wales, Ireland and Northern Ireland. We need some in Scotland. We're getting there with that. So it's basically, we go along to the Parkrun on the last Saturday of the month. Everyone will wear bright blue here. You can see all of our 5K Away t-shirts and hoodies. And it's a support group with a difference, and you can walk, jog, run, cheer or volunteer at the parkrun, and then everyone goes and socializes and has a coffee afterwards, which is a brilliant fun social element. So yeah, we launched in June 2018. We had obviously a pause when parkrun was closed during COVID, which is when we did all of our resources that I mentioned, and now we're back and growing and spreading across the country, with our aim is to have a 5K Away group linked to every cancer care centre across the UK. So yeah, like this is what Lucy says, we offer an avenue for healthcare professionals to signpost anyone affected, welcoming, supportive and empowering environment. So if you're listening and you are a healthcare professional, or if you know anyone that might be interested in getting involved, go to our website and have a look, and there's a map and you can see all of our local locations. And yeah, if you are a healthcare professional, we'd love to hear from you to get your support in signposting this to your patients and to your colleagues. On to our resources, Sophie.
Yeah, so as Georgie mentioned, this was mainly developed during lockdown, and it has grown into something that we're really proud of. So it's a group of resources to help inspire, support and educate you in your journey to moving against cancer. I think something that we need to remember is that, you know, we're not talking about like going out and running 10K, we're talking about just moving. So that can be, I don't know, making a cup of tea, just getting up and getting a shower. It just, all movement matters. And our resources will hopefully inspire you to do that. So we've got educational workshops. These are led by sort of experts in the field, and we've had them on sort of topics that all ranging from cancer related fatigue. We've got another one coming up. It's like a yoga for cancer workshop. So it just can be on a broad range of topics, and these are all online. We've got Move Your Way exercise sessions. These are all led by our level 4 cancer rehab instructors. They're also posted on our YouTube channel, so they're live, but they're also posted again so that you can follow along in your own time. And we have Q&As. So we've got 2 types of Q&As. We've got our inspirational Q&As, and these are just with sort of amazing people doing amazing things despite a cancer diagnosis. And then we have our educational Q&As. So this is where sort of people pose questions to professionals. So this can be like doctors, oncology consultants, things like that. And they can then answer those questions live during the session. And we've also got a range of educational blogs and articles as well. These can all be found on our website, and our resources also are on our Move Against Cancer YouTube channel. So they're all sort of split into sections. So if you do want to find, I don't know, a workshop, you can just go to the workshop section, find that, and then Move Your Way sessions, Q&As, they're all split into sections, so they should be quite easy for you to find.
Fab. I just had a question on the chat. Erica asking, can people walk the 5K? Sorry, I think I said walk, jog, run, cheer, or volunteer. So yeah, make it really clear that anyone is really welcome to, and I know it's called Park Run, I should have said this, but yeah, really welcome to come along and walk, and we really support people to walk. And Park Run are actually doing a big campaign during October to get people to come along to walk. So yes, please do promote walking as well as a big thing. And we always say you can do as much or as little of the 5K as you want. So some people go along and do 1 lap, or go along and do an out and back walk and then go back and have a coffee. So you really don't have to do all of it, and we have people of all ages and all abilities and family. And sorry if I didn't say everything, forget those bits. So hopefully that's clear, Erica. Cool, thanks, Sophie. On to the next slide.
Yeah, so Georgie also touched on before when she said we have our resources and our new podcast as well. So I think we're in our 3rd series now, and we've had a range of guests, and this again is just to inspire people, so just sort of like make you want to start moving, because honestly it is shocking how much you can actually do despite living with or beyond cancer. We just want people to feel inspired, and this is why we share those stories. So we've had Paula Radcliffe and her daughter Isla. Isla was diagnosed with cancer when she was 13. We've had MP Tracy Crouch, who had breast cancer. We've had Luke Grenfell-Shaw, he's part of Bristol to Beijing. So despite living with cancer, he managed to cycle from Bristol to Beijing. Lockdown was through into the mix and things, but again, just another inspirational person. Greg White, he's a swimmer. We've had Bal Babe as well. The late Deborah James, she was an amazing guest for us. And the latest episodes with ex-footballer Tony Lormer, who has also had lymphoma 5 times. And it's just sharing their stories. It's very honest, it's very open. And even if you've not been directly affected by cancer, it's just something to listen to just kind of inspire you. And it's nice to sort of like, I've been part of it as well, so we've got other episodes on there for younger people. So yeah, that we're really proud of our podcast, and if you have any suggestions for any guests, then we'd love to hear them.
Yeah, it's not just kind of well-known people. We obviously love to share the stories of anyone going through cancer, and kind of sharing their own way of moving against cancer is the way that we try and share everyone's stories.
Yeah.
Bro, so we've got the benefits of physical activity for cancer patients. So I know there's another few people talking about movement and the benefits of cancer and exercise, but just so you know, these are a few that we've got going on here. I won't read them all out. Kind of the main thing that we see, as especially because it's people coming together, is is that it's social and it's fun and it's getting outside the hospital environment. That's everyone kind of reports back. Oh, can you still hear me all right, Sophie?
Yeah, it just froze for a second, but
Okay.
yeah, you're good.
I just saw that I froze.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the main thing is that, you know, the social aspect and getting outside and moving. And people think, you know, they can't walk 5k and then they come one month and they walk 1k, the next month they walk 2k, then they come amazing achievement, and they bring their family and their friends and share their achievements. So a huge thing that we see is the psychological, the mental well-being of people, but of course also there are lots of physical attributes that are to show how movement and exercise can help all of those areas when living with or beyond cancer. There's a lovely quote from Lucy Gossage, who's our 5K Away co-founder, who says exercise is arguably the most underused wonder drug in the NHS. So Lucy says a lot more as well about how she had a young patient who difficult course of treatment, and then, you know, they're just said goodbye to. And, you know, Lucy's job as an oncologist is to, you know, give them treatment in the hospital to make them better, but then not done anything else outside of that. So hopefully 5K Away and our Move Online program and our resources are something that is there so that, you know, healthcare professionals, family, friends, etc., have a bit of that point those towards people living with or beyond cancer and their family and friends, because hopefully then it'll be an area where actually it's not in the hospital environment, but it is proven to be such a amazing thing to do, to go outside. And I always say some people are really put off by the word exercise but run, you know, you really don't have to run. Such a great way of saying it is that movement matters, and any kind of movement is brilliant. Like Sophie says, for our resources we've got videos of people. So if you know anyone that, you know, needs just some that's kind of needs to sit down to do exercise, then some great examples on our YouTube channel. So hopefully that was just about the right amount of time. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn all about Move Charity and about 5K Away.